when we're out there driving everything and trying to drive our bus on price alone, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Now, you might get 27 different opinions from 27 different people, but I'm just telling you, in my 42 years of being in business, I've seen a lot of companies come and go that were great guys, great owners, great people, but they just didn't put a value, or they didn't put enough value on the services that they offered. And the reason that most of the time a person can't put the right value on their business, it goes back to the very basic fundamental in selling. The very basic fundamental of selling. You know, and I can sit here and say, hey, what's the most important thing in selling? Because I remember my dad asking me that. I never will forget it, because he asked me that a million times to make sure I didn't let it slip out of my mind. It's like that song, don't let it slip away. If you had one chance, one opportunity, you going to take it, or you just going to let it slip away? You know, if you guys remember one thing today from my show that's going to help your company be more successful and be more profitable, it's understand the most important thing in selling. It's not the relationship, like a lot of people want to tell you. Relationships are great. They're important. They're la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Okay, fill in all the blanks and all the little sales training courses you've taken. But what it really boils down to is simply this. The most important thing in selling is you've got to sell yourself first. And until you've done that, you're going to be what my dad used to call a cost salesman. In other words, you're out there selling on price. But you know what the problem with being a cost salesman is? There's no loyalty to the product line or the service line when you're a cost salesman. Because when you're going out there and you're trying to attract the client that's not looking for perceived value, that's exactly what you're going to attract. Somebody that doesn't respect perceived value and true value. You know, we sell perceived value until they say yes. It goes back to the sell is just the beginning of the relationship. It's the service after the sell that consummates the relationship and creates the loyalty. That's what I want the takeaway for today to be. Sell yourself first. And I don't want you to be out there saying, Wayne, you've lost your mind, man. Of course I believe in my own company. It's got nothing to do with believing in your own company. Of course you believe in your own company. But do you know why you're different and better than your competitor? Have you asked yourself recently or ever, or let me rephrase that. When's the last time you've asked yourself, what are you doing to create perceived value? Are you making a conscious effort on a daily basis to create perceived value for your company? And that's done in a million ways. It's done in a million ways. It's not a one-way thing. You know, perceived value is set up by looking professional, dressing professional, keeping your equipment clean, keeping your trucks clean, being able to explain why to the customer why you're not the cheapest, why you don't want to be the cheapest, and why they don't want the cheapest. That is what separates the winners from the losers.